There we go. Okay, so my name is Mandy. I'm the account specialist here at AWeber. So if you are someone who is currently using a different emailing platform, I am the person to contact after this call. I'll have a link here. I am someone who helps people make the switch to AWeber. I also may be someone that you may speak to on the phone or in chats or anything like that if you ever have questions when you are a customer here at AWeber as well. And I'm going to let Dinah introduce herself now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dinah, and I am one of the managers here for our customer solutions team. I'm here to ensure that everyone on our team has all the tools that they need to be successful and to have an impact on the lives of business owners like yourselves. We're here to just make sure that you are good and ready to embark on your email marketing journey. And I'm super excited to be going over our landing pages today and just some features that we recommend including in your landing pages.
Okay, so I would love to learn a little bit about you. If you wouldn't mind sharing what your business industry is. Are you into crafting? Are you into photography? Are you someone who is in network marketing? I would love to learn a little bit about your background.
Cool. So while we wait for some folks to engage in the chat, I'm just going to give you a little review on how our webinar is going to go. So we're going to keep everybody off mute for majority of the webinar just to make sure that we can get through the content and really talk about the impact of the features that we're going to be discussing today. And then at the end, we will try to have some time for questions. However, throughout the webinar, if you have any questions, Mandy is going to be answering them in the chat below. The chat icon is on the bottom right-hand side of your Google Meet. So any questions while we're going through, feel free to ask. Mandy will also be dropping some of our knowledge base articles that are going to be corresponding to the content that I'm going to be reviewing today as well. So with that being said, Mandy, did you have any last minute items before we get into the landing pages?
Absolutely. I got to highlight what I do for AWeber one more time. So if you are someone who's looking to make the switch to AWeber, or if you are someone who's using forms on other platforms while you're using AWeber, good news, you don't have to do that. We offer forms within our platform. So we're going to be going over those forms today called landing pages within AWeber, but you can refer to them as funnels. You can refer to them as opt-in forms. Essentially, they're a place for someone to sign up. It has its own personal URL, and you're going to be able to create and publish it and have a series of them just like you would on any other platform. So if you're someone who uses ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or other types of tools for your opt-in forms, you could use the landing pages. And I'm here to help you use them, and I can recreate them for you for free. Our migration services are a great way to help people make the switch to AWeber for free, getting help with creating your landing pages, your opt-in forms, creating your automations, your email templates, helping you import your list into AWeber so you have a smooth transition. You're able to hit the ground running as soon as you get started with us. So I'm dropping that link here in the chat. So if you are someone looking to make the switch to AWeber or move over those forms to AWeber, this is the link that you can use to schedule a call with me, and we can just go through your workflow and make sure you are set up and ready to go. So we are now going to start the landing page webinar. Again, refer to the chat if you have questions. I'll be addressing them while Dinah is talking. And let's get the show on the road.
Awesome. So what are landing pages and why should you use them? So a landing page is a web page that contains all the information for visitors to learn more about your business and give them a method of action to join your mailing list. Landing pages are a really good tool to help you build your list. You can offer downloadable incentives, promotions, or simply encourage people to join your mailing list through your landing page. You might want to send specific information to subscribers based on the different landing pages that you create and that you disperse to them. Or if you want to create like a free and paid landing page, you can do that because you can integrate with Stripe and sell directly on our landing page using our e-commerce tool. So during this webinar, we're going to go over a few things. We're going to review how you can create a landing page from scratch or from a template, and then how you can create a custom thank you page as well. That way your pages are branded because your brand identity is very important as well. And That way, if you want to link off to your landing page connecting to like a campaign, you can do that as well. We're going to go over to uses of tags and making sure your landing page is up and ready. By the end of this webinar, we're going to have a fully functioning landing page with the features that we recommend folks to include on their landing pages. So I'm going to go ahead and actually demo inside of our Aweber account. So let me just go ahead and share that screen here. And can I just get a thumbs up when everyone can see that? All right, awesome. Thank you, Mandy. So for anyone that is a new person on our platform, this is going to be your dashboard. You're going to navigate to the left-hand side to the navigation bar, and that way you'll be able to go to Pages and Forms and select your landing page. When you're in your account, you're going to be able to see unpublished landing pages and published. That way you can kind of get a better view of what you're working on versus what's active, or you can search for a landing page by the name. So you can do thank you, and it's going to bring you all of your thank you pages. So you do have a few options of sorting through the information on this page as you create more and more landing pages for your business. In this webinar, like I said, we're going to be creating one based on a template. And so I believe we should be using our lead magnet. I feel like this one is really great for people to share on their social media websites. So if you have a link tree or have seen anyone that has a link tree, link in bio, for example, any of that type of call to actions, this is going to be the relevant Aweber landing page to give you exactly that same feel and stylization. So when you're in this landing page template, we give you all of the buttons already. You can go ahead and further customize this as well. We already add a form on your landing page, and then we give you a place for your logo and your title. You can go ahead and add more content to this page as needed. So like I mentioned, we're going to go through branding, updating your sign up form, and adding some cool features on here. On your right-hand side, this is always going to be your setting panel. So as you interact with any of the elements on the left, you'll see that the right-hand side is going to update to the relevant element that you're working in, and then you'll be able to make changes and make updates to what it is that you're working on. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and update our logo, and you can either upload an image that you already have. You can use one of our stock images. However, I really recommend folks to design on Canva. This way you can have something that's customized to you. It has a unique feel and language around your brand. If you already have a logo, you can go ahead and readjust the sizing. You can have it fit our landing pages by either using the banner, header, landscape, or postcard. Again, there's a bunch of different options here as well. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and go into our image gallery, and we are going to select from one of our stock photos. I am going to look for our Terra Healthy Eats branded photo. So we are going to go ahead and use this one. For the image, you can increase the size, you can increase or decrease the size using the arrow on the bottom, or if you come over to the right-hand side, you do have a couple of options on customizing your image further. So you can give it rounded corners. You can, if I were to just increase the corners here to 30, now it's rounded, it's a bit more personalized. You can go in and increase the spacing as well and the sizing on this side. For your banner, now that we have that in, we're going to come down to our title of our landing page, or what it is that we want the call to action be. So this is going to be, join your mailing list for either recipes, you want it to be relevant to the business that you have. So in this case, we're going to keep it around Terra Healthy Eats. If you're someone that might struggle with creating the content that's going to be on your landing page, I recommend using our writing assistant. And so for this, you can go ahead and select the / or select the option from the menu, or if you type in / it's going to bring up right with AI. And you can write in a prompt here to give your landing page a headline. So for this example right now, there's no content on the page for it to generate, and I didn't actually add a description. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and we're going to type in what we want. So write me a short punny header for my healthy cannot type today for my healthy newsletter. So I'm going to go ahead and hit generate, and it's going to give me something. I made this very general, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to the page for now. But again, you want to make sure that your prompt is relevant to what it is that you're working on or what your business is. If you ever need to modify any fonts, any text on your page, if you highlight the text, you'll be able to see our toolbar for editing your text. You can update the font sizing, the color, if you want to bold it, the alignment, and you can add emojis on this menu as well. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and customize our header. I'm going to use heading 2. I'm going to center align it. And I'm going to change the color to this. I like this little purple color. I think it's cute. And now we have a title. So as far as the links here, all of these are buttons. And if you ever need to drag over an item from the left side into your landing page, think of it as Legos, think of it as building blocks. Inside of each row, you can add all of your elements. And if you were to highlight a section in your landing page, you'll be able to see that you are in a row. The row indicator is up here. You'll also have the option of removing or deleting, copying, or moving around any of the content that you place inside of your landing page. I am going to just show you what it looks like if you drag and drop something over here. So that's that button that we dragged over. I'm going to remove it since we already have buttons here. And all of these buttons can link off into the different avenues that you are talking about. So if you have different products, if you have different e-courses, if you are on multiple sites, you can go ahead and link off to all of the different things that you're working on. So just some backstory about myself. I am an artist. I use Aweber just like you all do. And I sell art prints, stationery, bookmarks, stickers, everything is made in-house. And so I have a link in bio as well. And I use our landing pages to actually show off my portfolio, and then it links off to my actual shop. So this is what my landing page looks like. I've customized it. I have images on here. I have a little banner. These are my brand colors, so everything just fits. I have images on here. So I just want to give you a feel of what it can look like if you really dedicate, maybe 30, 40 minutes of your day to creating a landing page that fits to your brand. Here's my form. And as well as, like I mentioned earlier, where you can sell on your landing pages, I also have pay to links from Stripe that if people want to donate to the artist, they absolutely can. But again, it also links off to my actual shop. That way, folks are getting to see what it is that I'm working on, what value I have to offer to them as an artist. And then if they're interested, they can then be redirected to my shop and make a purchase or just see what other products are out there. You can customize. Oh, Mandy, did you have something to say?
No, I was just thinking that I don't have the artistic talent, but I use link pages like this for my social media page for my coaching business that I have also on the side. And it's just been a great way to have people be able to go to my link profile, because unlike Linktree, they can see at the bottom to subscribe to my list. And I've gotten a lot of people interested in like a freebie I offer without having to go through 3 different links to get to it. And it's been a great way to build my business fast.
Yeah, so we can quickly update these links if need be. Like I said, if you click on the button on the right-hand side is where your settings panel for the button will be. This is where you can add your URLs. So say I wanted to add my YouTube channel to here, or here, link to your shop, we can go ahead and add that link right on the right-hand side. You can also customize your buttons as well. You can have the different corners of your buttons. You can also change the hover color and the color of the actual button. So for the theme, I wanted to show you, I want you to see how quickly it is to quickly you can create and customize our templated landing pages. So we are going to go ahead and actually back out of here, and we're going to go to the page design section. This page design section is going to set the tone for your entire landing page. That way you don't have to individually update each button or each section of text. So we're going to quickly go ahead and customize this. I want everything on this page to be pop-ins. I'm cool with the size being 20. I want to add my brand colors to all of the all the links that are on the page. I'm going to give it that purple color and then maybe give it a darker color so that there is some dynamic feel there. For the buttons, I'm going to make them rounded, and I'm going to change the button colors to, let's see, we'll just go with this blue color, that's fine. And then we're going to change the button hover over color. You can easily select from either the color picker or our palettes down here. You can just drag the indicator around, and then you're going to be able to have that, that color that you select. You can also change the background of your entire landing page here as well. We can either add an image and then change the opacity of the image, or you can go ahead and use one of the pictures in our image gallery. So what this could look like, let's go ahead and find the wood one is completely not it.
Just type in healthy food.
Oh, love that. There we go. And yes, you can always type in whatever it is that you're looking for in our stock images. So let's go with the strawberries, because why not? You can increase and decrease the opacity as well. That way it's not standing out too much. And then, or if you just want a solid color, you can do that as well by using the color picker again, or going through and using the color palette. For this, I'm just going to leave it white. So I'm going to undo using the undo icon up top. And we are going to go back to customizing our landing page. So we've added the text that we want, the font type that we want, and the size. And again, everything changed. We didn't have to go in and individually update that. So for your buttons, we have a converter button down here that's going to let you change all of your buttons into a e-commerce button. And what the e-commerce button is going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you to sell on your landing page. So you will need to integrate with Stripe and then go through their setup wizard. However, it's very, very straightforward, very easy. Any products that you create in your Aweber account, you can see it in your Stripe account as well. So for example, this last link, add a link to a special offer. I'm going to go ahead and change the text that's in here to something that, is like a buy now type of call to action. So buy ebook today. And we are going to change this button to an e-commerce button. So now that we've changed that, you'll see on the right-hand side is your menu and your settings panel for the e-commerce button. We are going to be able to select an item or a product. If you don't have a product created, you can go ahead and add a product by scrolling down to the bottom and then selecting add product. For this, we are going to do Healthy Meals Cookbook. So instead of it saying ebook, I'm going to change this to cookbook because we are creating a healthy landing page. And you can increase the price, you can change the price, you can make this into a subscription-based product. And I can show you what that looks like here. So if you were to go ahead and select, I feel like I went through that a little quick, so let's reverse that real quick. So if you select edit product, you're going to be able to change the payment type. You have the option of doing one-time payment, subscription payment, or a plan if it's a larger priced item and you want them to pay towards that periodically.
For example, with my coaching group, I have my coaching group within Facebook. So when people want to join my healthy, eating group or whatever I'm doing at that moment, what I'll do is hit that subscription button. And once they cancel the subscription, I can just remove them from that Facebook group. So it's a great way for me to be able to have them continuously be getting, within each group, but also a great way for me to be able to keep track as well.
So Annabelle asked where the products come from. Were they used in previous campaigns? So you can create new products in your landing page. So these are products that you are deciding that you want to, you want to sell. So say you've created a downloadable ebook or a downloadable recipe guide, you would either upload that downloadable file to Google or to like Dropbox, whoever you want to host the file, and then you would link to the file either on the end receipt page, or you can have it added into a campaign. That way, when they purchase the product, they're going to trigger the campaign that's associated with that product. I'm also going to show you how that works shortly as well.
And then this is a Stripe integration. So if you are using Stripe, you would be able to add your products on Stripe as well. And then they would be connected with Aweber, so they will reflect on there too.
Correct. I'm going to go ahead and save my product, and I'm going to add a tag automation. So this is going to be an if this, then that statement. So if this product is purchased, do I want to add a tag to them, or do I want to remove an existing tag? In this case, we are going to add the tag cookbook.
Healthy book.
I said cookie. You want healthy book?
Healthy book. Yeah, I love this tag here, because then I could automatically trigger an automated email to go out based off that tag. And I could also have a follow-up email go out in a few days, checking in how they liking the book and stuff like that. So it's just a great way to keep the connection going without having me to do anything extra.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if you were in our automations webinar yesterday, or have gotten a chance to review our campaigns or automations webinar previously, you'll know that we've discussed the use of tags and automations. And so if you have a buyer prospect campaign running, for example, you might have everyone on your list that joins just through the submission form on your landing page or sign up form have a unique tag like prospect because they haven't made a purchase. So that's why when you're updating your product itself, you can have it set to remove tags that are already on subscribers. So that way I know when someone makes a purchase, not only are they getting the purchase that the product that they've purchased, but they're also going to be removed from, let's say, a prospect campaign, or they're going to be removed from like a promotional campaign that's only for people who haven't made a purchase yet. So you have a lot of ability to customize the content that people are getting just based off of your landing page, your product settings, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and select Add Automation. That way I know it's officially configured. And once again, you have options of customizing your buttons. You can either do auto length for the full length of the page, or you can make it stand out a little bit more if you'd like by, again, making this button appear a little bit different. So I am then going to move on to the order form. This is the page that people see when they are about to go ahead and put in their card information, or this is the page that they see when they are putting in their card information. Once again, you can update the text of your button. We're going to do buy today. And
quick question.
Yeah.
If you're a Plus customer on Aweber, do you have to keep branding?
You do not. This can be removed.
No.
You can absolutely remove this. Just that simple.
Yeah.
We do
have people keep it there because they are Aweber advocates. So if you are someone who enjoys our product and wants to share our product with other people in your industry, you're more than happy to keep the branding, use your advocate referral URL with it. But if you're someone who does not want Aweber branding, you can remove them off all of your content landing pages because you're a Plus member or a Plus plan. And the cool part also about the Plus plans, you can have unlimited landing pages. So you can really create so many good flows that we're going to talk about more.
Absolutely. One of the many benefits of being on Aweber Plus is the ability to create a second landing page. Again, you can have unlimited, but we recommend creating a thank you page that's also branded like your landing page. That way it's cohesive and you can maybe generate some more sales on your thank you page or generate some more interest in the different things that you're working on. So say you are someone who is multi-talented and you are interested in a lot of things. While this landing page is about eating healthy, you can add on your thank you page a link to another landing page that's about art or about patterns. I know we had someone drop that there in the pattern industry. You can also use landing pages to split test engagement. You can see what's converting people more. You can test even different brand recognition. Maybe if you want to change up your logo or change up your brand colors to see what works. You can create multiple landing pages and share them with your community, and you're able to go ahead and see what's bringing people into your landing page, which landing page is bringing more people into your list. So on the receipt page, you're going to be able to redirect them either again to the product itself, or you can redirect them to another landing page that has some more promotional items. However, I recommend adding your product in an email versus taking people to it directly upon submission. This way, they can easily find it in the future. If it's in an email, they can quickly search what they're looking for, go back in and re-engage with your email, click any links, and then you get more tracking you get more native data tracking from clicks and opens in your emails versus it opening to a landing page and then they close out the landing page and let's say 2 days later, they want to look for your items again or look for your content again. They're going to have to do some digging. So you want to make it easy for them to go back and find your information. And that's why we tagged the product. That way we're going to send them to that campaign. So it's all connected. Once again, you're going to have an opportunity to customize the branding on the receipt page as well. And then you can customize the button. So I'm going to go ahead and save this here. So here's our e-commerce button. And we created that and configured that very quickly, very easily, very smoothly. The next really important thing that you need to have on your list is obviously going to be your sign up form. That is the call to action. You can either have that higher up on your landing page, or if you really want to have them focused on the different links that you have in there, you can have it at the bottom the way this landing page is set up. So for your form, you have name and email by default. However, you can add custom fields to your form if you'd like, and you can also make them required by selecting the edit button again on the right-hand side panel. That way you can make your changes and you can check off the required button and then select done. This is now going to add an asterisk next to any required field. So I'm going to make name and phone number required as well. This way you're getting all the information that you want from your subscribers without anything falling through the cracks. They're essentially not going to be able to continue through your landing page without providing that information, or join in this case. Once again, you're going to be able to customize the button if you'd like. And this is how you can tag your sign up form. So on the submission tab on the right-hand side, you can come down to the tags and you can add, let's say this is our healthy cookbook landing page. And then that's now a tag for your sign up form. You'll see here you have an option of sending people to a custom thank you page or a simple thank you page, which you can preview. This is what that looks like. It's just our standard AWeber thank you page. This is why we recommend people to go in and customize it. That way your brand identity is still very present when someone's joining your list. So you can either send them to, again, a simple one or a custom page. You have the same ability for people that are already subscribed to send them to a simple or a custom thank you page. It's really important to know that our landing pages and sign-up forms are dynamic. So if people are already on your list, they're able to resubmit their information on various landing pages to get or to continue to receive different content from you, or to continue to receive updated content from you. You can obviously, send messages to them directly in your account to join maybe another list of yours using landing pages. Again, if you're someone that has interests in different industries, this will be beneficial for you because the tags will update as they join your different landing pages, and then they'll trigger the different campaigns. So that's something that I really like to highlight during our webinars. We
This
don't
would
allow, oh, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. This
No,
would
you're good.
also be where you would create that funnel series that you want. So you can replace the word thank you page by, the next page as well. So if you want to create a series of sales pages, you would be able to do that in that thank you page section.
And the thank you page is what we're going to go over shortly as well. We're going to briefly create a thank you page. But I definitely wanted to go over the pop-up icon or the pop-up element that's available for your landing page as well. We've set up our form, so we're good to go. But say you want another form on your page. Say you want it to be maybe on a delay or based on an action that they take. That's what the pop-up element is going to be for. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the pop-up element right underneath the banner, for example, and I'm going to have that on a delay. We're going to add this as a 5-second delay. This means when someone opens my landing page, if they're on the page for more than 5 seconds, say they don't get far enough down to the actual sign-up form, this is where your pop-up element comes in handy. We are going to go ahead and set that up. Once again, you're going to have some design options, spacing. You can customize the button as well if you were to add one in here. And for this, we're going to use the pop-up option. Notice on the left-hand side, your available elements have been grayed out. This means anything that is still available to you are going to be the ones that are in the black font, which you can pull over. For this, we're going to go ahead and add our form once again. And we are going to add the same custom field of phone number. We're going to go ahead and make these required. Same thing that we did on our original form. And we are going to, let's say we want to remove our privacy policy. You're going to have the option to do that as well. You can make this form horizontal or vertical. It really depends on what you're capturing. It might be just more aesthetically pleasing for it to be in this layout. You can also add images to this. Again, you still want this to be branded, so we are going to go ahead and add an image. This does not need to be strawberries like we used before, but we're going to go ahead and just add our brand image once again. And again, we customize the page design. So again, all of our button and all of our text, they're all the same. We don't have to go in and manually update any of that. You can also hyperlink all of your images here. You still have the option of editing your image in Canva. So all of those functionalities are still available to you in the pop-up element. So now that that has been added, I can go ahead and come out of the pop-up, and I'll preview what that looks like. So notice how in the message or in the landing page editor, we had that pop-up box, but it's not actually visible. And we've been on the page for 5 seconds, and here's our pop-up. It's very easy to configure. It's very straightforward. However, if you find yourself having any issues, feel free to reach out to us and we can assist you in that way. So we have gone through nearly all of the elements. There's one last one, which is the smart content that I want to go over with you, and then we're going to get into our landing page. So for smart content, if you have videos, if you have a podcast, if you are a business with a physical location, you can go ahead and add your smart content, the smart content element in here, and then you can have your videos play directly on the landing page. So I've gone ahead and I already have a link ready to go. And this is what that looks like. It displays the icon. You can also go ahead and, again, move this around if you need to. But this is a good way to further customize your link in bio page and get the most out of people visiting that page, and then driving your traffic to your mailing list. And it just gives you more of an opportunity to showcase what it is that you're working on and what your business is about. So I'm going to go ahead and save out of our landing page, and always title your landing pages, everyone, because I did not. We're going to go ahead and give our landing page a name. That way we know exactly what this is for. So we're going to name this Healthy Cookbook. and we are going to save and exit. Once again, since your brand recognition is very important, I like to just create a copy of my actual submission form, and I like to create my thank you page just from that. That way I know all the branding, all of the text and everything is the same. And I am just going to delete any of the rows that I don't want. So like I said, you're going to have the option to delete the actual row itself. And I'm going to leave our YouTube video. I'm going to leave the banner, and I'm just going to update the header to heading 1. And we're just going to make this very simple. Thank you for signing up. I'm excited to get cooking with you. Very straightforward. Again, you can, like Mandy mentioned, you can have this page link off to another landing page if you'd like. You can bring over a button as well, and that can be added. Let me drag that here. That can be that can link off to another landing page, or again, it can link off to a product. Remember, we're always going to have that option to make this into an e-commerce button where you can sell a product. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to select the cooking course, and we are going to center align our button. And the next thing we want to make sure we do is select a price. This is actually going to be maybe a monthly subscription. And once again, you can update your button. We're going to leave the order form the way it is, and the receipt page can either take them to, once again, the actual product, or you can take them to another page that you want them to view. But we're going to leave this as is. And again, on Plus, you can remove the Aweber branding. So we are going to go ahead and back out of our e-commerce button. Let's update this. Let's do exclusive cookbook.
Course.
You want course? Okay.
Yeah.
I
wanted a quick share here on a thank you page. It is a really great opportunity for you to let your audience know what to expect. For me, I put check your inbox after getting this on this page because you're about to get, whatever freebie I had them sign up for or something like that. But I also like to let them know in a week, you're going to be getting my weekly newsletter. It's always going to drop on Fridays. So get excited about it. And that just lets them know when I'm going to email them so they're ready and excited, but also what to expect next. And sometimes they even have them say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm in, we're besties. Drop me into your primary folder so I could be your primary friend or something like that and make it cute. But you get to tell your audience what to expect and how you want your relationship to be. So do not miss that opportunity.
Something as simple as that. Thanks for signing up for weekly updates. Now they know to expect a weekly update from you. You're already setting the tone. It's really important to make sure that your frequency is communicated with them as well. I've gone ahead and updated the thank you page title. That way we can know for sure which one is the thank you page versus the submission page. And we are going to customize the URL. I've been talking about your brand recognition this entire webinar, and the URL of your landing page is another thing to consider. You can either purchase a custom domain, which we recommend. That way you can also use it as your send from email address. However, if you are just starting out and you want to keep everything in Aweber, you can use our subdomains and you can customize that. It's going to read yourbusiness.aweb.pages, and you can shorten the alphabet soup that appears at the end of your URL to something more concise and something just more straightforward. So for this, I'm going to leave it as thank you for the page path of my URL, and that's going to show when I publish the landing page. Under the page settings as well, you're going to have the option of enabling, oh, perfect. Good thing this came up. So if you're using a page path that's already taken, you're not going to be able to use it. So you are going to want to customize this to your business. Let's just do cookbook, for example. Let me go ahead and I'm just going to do TY cookbook. There we go. So you are going to have the option of sharing this landing page with other Aweber users. If you're an advocate or a coach and you want folks to be able to use the layout that you've created, you can enable the sharing of your landing page. You also have the option of updating and really customizing what your landing page like the sharing information looks like when you post it to social media. And we did get a question about tracking on your landing page. You will want to use either Google Analytics or a Facebook Pixel ID to track the data and the engagement on your landing page if you have access to those, or if you want to join those platforms and be able to track information on your landing page. You're not going to be able to access any HTML or JavaScript code on your landing page. We've made it very simple and very straightforward for you to be able to customize everything that you need. We did get a question about being able to do that as well, so I wanted to make sure that that was addressed. I am going to go ahead and save our landing page. And this is how you're going to connect the two. After saving your landing pages, you're always going to publish the landing page so that you can get a live shareable link. I'm going to go ahead and copy our thank you page link and then hit done. I'm going to come back to our submission URL and our submission landing page, and we are going to update the form. So come down to your sign up form. We're going to update the submission section, and we talked about it briefly, and updating this to your custom URL. So we are going to add our thank you page that we just created in under 2 or 3 minutes, really. And then we're going to go ahead and make sure that that's listed for our thank you page and our already subscribed page. We are also going to repeat the action of changing and customizing your URL for this page as well. So you're going to navigate to the word pages or page, and that way you're going to get access right to the settings. You're going to come back down. Again, if you have a custom domain, you'll be able to select that as well. Or if you're going to stick to your Aweber subdomain, you can just make sure this radio button is filled in. And we are going to change our cookbook page path. So this is going to be cookbook sign up. And once again, you have all the same options as far as customizing and copying and tracking for every landing page. So we are going to go ahead and save and exit that. And we are going to publish our landing page. And here is the shareable URL. So if I were to go ahead and visit this page, which I will show you here, this is our completed landing page. We are going to scroll, 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 and look, here's our pop-up. We can either exit out of here, or we can continue the page and join our list. We can continue down, see the YouTube link that we have on here. Once again, this is going to play directly on your landing page, which is great. That way folks don't have to navigate to another web page. They can do everything that you need them to do on your actual landing page. And so to see what that looks like for our thank you page, we are going to do a quick sign up test. And I'm just going to make this all zeros. And here is our thank you page. Once again, we've highlighted the frequency. And if they want to purchase another course, they can do that. Remember, this is a button. That is an e-commerce button. And we still have our YouTube channel linked here. So we have gone over how to create your landing page from a template. We've also gone over how to use the e-commerce element, how to customize your sign-up form or the form elements on your landing page, and how to connect different landing pages to your thank you page. Or if you want to, again, link off to different landing pages, you can use the button option, or you can use your e-commerce option. That's going to take them to the different landing pages. For your campaigns, if you want to trigger a specific campaign based on a landing page, remember we tagged our sign up form in the thank you page. We tagged our sign up form on the main page. So you are going to come to your automation. You are going to select the automation that you want to trigger based on that campaign, and you're going to update the trigger tag to that relevant tag that you put either for your product. So we put healthy cookbook as our tag, and then that's automatically going to, well, we need to go ahead and save this. So that is there. Oh, let's make sure that this is on here. Healthy cookbook.
There it is at the top.
There we go. And then you want to publish the changes for your campaign. Publish. And now that landing page is going to trigger this specific campaign when people sign up. So that's going to be the flow. We also have an article for that. Mandy, if you haven't already, if you can drop that into the chat so folks can either bookmark and review later on if need be. But we've gone over a lot of really cool things that you can do with our landing pages. And, you know, I'm really thankful that everyone took some time out of their day to meet with us and learn more about how they can further use this feature that we offer. Before we wrap, I want to introduce a very special guest here on the call. We have Chris, who is going to review an awesome tool that we are super excited to release to everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and let Chris go ahead and highlight this tool for us.
Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. I hope you had fun learning about landing pages and you build something really interesting with it. If you ever have questions, like I know Dinah mentioned, reach out to us. We're here. And like I mentioned yesterday, many of us at AWeber we try and hire entrepreneurial folks, and many of us have other businesses we're involved in or side projects. And one of the things that I've found that you might feel as well is it can be hard to stay consistent with your marketing. When you're trying to operate a business, it can be really difficult to make the time to market your business. So what we've been working on is an assistant to help you do just that. And just this morning, we added it to our main nav so you can easily get back to it. But what this is going to do is it's going to write newsletters for you. So I have a pickleball paddle company that I've started. And this is a real world example. I have customers, I've been selling paddles, and you know how many emails I've sent to my audience in the last 6 months? One, which is so dumb. I can't believe I've done that. But it's hard to make time to market my products. So with this, it removes the need for me to write this content. So what I can do is I can just go to my website. If I want, I could just let it generate something off the cuff, but I can also just go to my website and say I want to promote a particular product, like this paddle. I can just grab a link to it, and then I can go back to the assistant and I can say, write an email promoting this pickleball paddle, and ask it to write my draft. And now this is much different than a tool like ChatGPT in the fact that it knows a lot about me. It knows my website. It knows the past messages that I've sent. So it uses all that information to build a tone and style guide for me that is very specific to me and how I communicate with my audience. And when it's analyzing my website, it has a number of tools that it can use to find the information that it needs. So it can navigate my website and ask questions on the internet and do research to help build out a newsletter that works. So if you were subscribed to my previous newsletter, I had sent an email that followed a similar structure here. It included a top story, a section on drills to get better, an update on my production where it's promoting that paddle that I asked it to promote. It's also promoting it in the lead paragraph. And it picked up a section that was in my previous email called a daily mantra, which is just something to repeat to yourself when you're playing. And I love what it came up with. The pickleball has done me no wrong. I am not angry with the pickleball. I will not hit the pickleball like it is my enemy. That's a pretty good mantra. It'll keep you from overhitting and going crazy. But then I can make additional edits conversationally. You know, I could go in here and edit this directly, just like a traditional editor if I wanted to. You know, I could do whatever I like. But I can also talk to it like I were talking to an actual assistant. And just so you know, this isn't staged. Does somebody have an idea for a change here? The one thing I will say, I'm just going to wait and see if anybody types anything in the chat. is one limitation is this will not add images other than the logo yet. So if you want to add images, you'll need to save a draft and add it in the traditional message editor. This is something that we're working on right now, and we'll have in very soon. So we'll be able to pull in images of your product or images to support the newsletter that's being written. Dinah or Mandy, do you have a suggestion on a change I could make conversationally?
I was thinking you can add, I liked the snack section from yesterday. So maybe add a section of like recommended snacks to bring with you to a pickleball session.
Okay. Okay, so add a section of recommended snacks to bring to a pickleball session. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm always surprised by this. So what it's doing now is it's trying to figure out, it's doing most likely doing some searches in the background to try and figure out good snacks to bring to a pickleball game. Let's see what it came up with. Stay energized on the court with these easy to pack snacks. Trail mix, that's a good idea. Bananas, that's something I actually bring with me. Helps keep cramps at bay. Protein bars and hydration. That's not bad for one really simple ask.
Yeah.
And then from right here, I can save a draft and edit it in the message editor, or I can schedule it. And with our beta group that has been using this, we've seen a bunch of people go from that initial prompt screen to sending their newsletter in 5 minutes, which is just wild. Because like in our case, we spend 7 or 8 hours a week sending our newsletter. We put a lot of time into it. But like I mentioned yesterday, we've been split testing the assistant generated newsletter against the one that we spend a full day on. And this was the 3rd week that we've tested it. Every single week, our click-through rate has been higher on the assistant generated version. So we're going to move over to just using an assistant generated version that we lightly edit, which takes us, minutes compared to the 8 hours that we've been spending to create a less effective email. So here, I dropped this into my message. I can do stuff like pull images in, all the normal things I can do in the message editor. But I want to show you one other section that we just added yesterday, because we're developing this very quickly. We added a section to more directly customize your tone and style. If you want to make sure that something is being explicitly honored, you can do that here. So here I have added a couple key products that I want it to promote if I don't ask it to promote one specifically. And I've added some preferred vocabulary. I want to end every email with "have fun out there," which I wish I still had. Oh, actually, I do. Let's see. It did that. That's like my signature sign off. You can see it back in the message that it had created. And I've asked it to avoid some phrases that I don't want to use that sound like AI to me. AI uses thrilled a lot and it uses dive in a lot. So I don't want that included. So as I find other phrases I want to make sure it doesn't include, I can add it to this screen. And the reason I show you this is this came directly from one of our beta users requesting this. And it took us just a couple of days to add it. So what I want to ask of all of you is I'd really love for you to try this out and see if it actually does save you time. That's our goal with this, is we want to give you hours back. And if you have suggestions for things that could make it better, or maybe something didn't work the way you expected, or if you have some off-the-wall idea that would make it truly magical, tell us about it. And I'm going to drop in a link to my Calendly. If anyone wants to book time for a walkthrough, I'd be more than happy to walk you through it. But the last thing I want to show you is that this, because we want to save you a dramatic amount of time, this isn't something that I want you to have to remember to do every week. So what this is going to do is, for me at Dinky, my pickleball company, every week it's going to proactively send me a draft. First, it's going to send me an email asking if there are any stories that I want to share or specific products I want to promote. And I can just tell it what I want to include. But if I don't, it's going to just create a draft for me and email it to me and say like, hey, I've done this for you. Do you want to make edits? Do you want to schedule it? Because its goal is to try and help keep me consistent. So I have more at bats in front of my customers, more opportunity to stay top of mind with them. But we're really excited about this. We've seen a lot of really positive feedback. We've gotten some critical feedback that has helped us improve it already. And again, I'm really hopeful that this is something that saves you time. And like our experience is creating content that is at least as engaging as what you have been creating, if not more so.
I'm excited about this, with just the idea of a follow-up, like what to say next, what to say next, what to say next when you have an idea and build it off. Like you have your sales email there ready to go and you just say, okay, how do I create 3 more emails out of this and put it in?
That is so cool. So we got feedback from some of our beta users that they want more of an understanding of like what their email strategy is going to look like over the next couple months. So what we're working on right now, I can't wait to show you this when it's ready, is having it build a content calendar for you. So like it say at the beginning of the quarter, say, show me what you're gonna, or build a content calendar for me for the next 3 months. And then have it build that calendar. You can make any changes you want. But right now what we're working on with the calendar is making it aware of holidays and cultural events or events that are related to your business. So it can create something that is really relevant to users. And Paul, I saw your note. Yeah, set up a call. And if those here, actually, let me drop my email in here too. If none of the times on the Calendly work for you, just send me an email directly and we'll find a time that works for you, for anybody who wants to connect around this. We're super excited, but I also really want your feedback to make sure that it's actually as useful as possible. Very cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. That's always exciting. I love when we
Thank
drop new
you.
things.
Of course. And everyone, that was our Chief Product Officer, Chris V. Thank you so much for hopping on and joining us on our round of webinars this week. It's been a pleasure.
We have one more thing to show you.
Oh yeah, no, we're not done.
Okay. Don't go.
Oh no, Mandy, we're not
We got more.
We absolutely do. Mandy, would you like to go ahead and invite users to
Yes. Okay. Let
hop
me
in?
quick pull it up here. I didn't
Yeah.
have it on the right one yet. So let me quick drop it in here. Okay. So we just launched our community. So of course, like I shared in the chat, we have phone support 24/7. We have email support. We have channel chat support. So there is so many different ways for you to contact us. Our phones is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then our live chat is available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then weekends, 8 a.m. to 5. And then we have email 24/7. We have someone typing away, answering your questions. But we just launched our community page. And our community page is our forum where you're able to talk with other Aweber users, share ideas. We have questions and ideas going constantly. It's your way to continue to build not only community with us as your support team, but with other people actually using the product. So let me quick share with you what the community page looks like. So all you have to do is go to on the help bar on the left side of your Aweber page. So the navigation bar, left side, click help. You're going to be able to see a link to the community page. The login's already done for you. It's your Aweber login. So you'll come here. You can ask a question. You can join a discussion. And there's so many different ideas for you to be able to hop in on and share. Why every business needs email automations, learn more about different topics, heart it, reply, chat away. I do give one suggestion. You can lose a lot of time on here because there's always one good nugget. So set yourself to one good nugget, apply it, and then come right back and share about it. Because I was on there for 3 hours yesterday and I was just, woo, it was fun. I'm excited to see you all on there. Dinah, you have anything else you want to share?
No, I definitely just want to yes and that. The community is a place for business owners like yourselves to communicate with other business owners, share tips that work for you, share feedback that could have saved you a lot of time had you known earlier. It's just going to be a place that is really going to thrive the more that you engage with it and the more that, we're all in there just talking to each other. So like Mandy said, it's a really easy easy access to the community. I'm going to go ahead and have her drop the link as well to the landing page webinar. If folks want to leave feedback on how our webinars were this week, we're open to that. We encourage that. But I do want to give you all the gift of time. You just spent the last hour with us learning some awesome features about our landing pages, learning about our newsletter assistant. And, now it's your turn to go ahead and play with all of the features that we've just discussed and get in there and try things out. So thank you so much for spending this Thursday afternoon with us, or Thursday morning if we have some international folks with us. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your day.
Awesome. Have a great one. Bye.
Thank you.